Yep.
I hate to change the subject, especially since our next movie is an exercise in gruesome stupidity. Now, you might ask, what is gruesome stupidity? That's when everybody in the movie is stupid and they're also either dead or covered in blood. This next movie is a horrible example of that. It's called Terror Train, and it's about a group of fraternity and sorority kids who charter a private train so they can throw a masquerade party. For entertainment, they've hired a magician played by professional magician David Copperfield.
Shuffled, laid on the floor. Okay. Not only will I find the card that was selected and signed by our skeptical friend here, but I'm going to do it without looking.
That's third-grade stuff.
Oh, Doc, shut up.
Really?
Whoa.
He's getting violent. It's pretty sharp. I what's going to hurt?
What's he got? What's he got?
Oh, my
At the end of my last show, I dematerialized my assistant. Well, for my next show, I'm going to need to have her back. So, what?
Wake up, buddy. It's over.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You're great. Thank you. Get up. Come on, Phil. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Mo? 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 Mo, get up. Mo, wake up. Wake up. Somebody help me, please.
Well, I don't know about you, but it looks to me like a mysterious killer is loose on that train. Before long, the party turns into a bloodbath. Terror Train is the fourth bloody horror movie in 2 years starring Jamie Lee Curtis, who started out great as the babysitter in Halloween and has been going downhill ever since, first in The Fog and then in the terrible movie Prom Night. In this scene, Jamie Lee Curtis is one of the kids herded outside the train by the conductor, played by Ben Johnson.
Watch your step there. Stay together. Don't go too far. Keep moving. Yeah, watch the step, please. Buddy. Hey, careful there.
Together. And everybody take off your mask. I want to know who's who.
Tell us what's going on.
I will. Right now, I'm telling you to stay with your dates. Stick by your friends.
What are you talking about?
They wouldn't let me see him. They said he killed somebody before. And they said it might have been an accident, but he killed somebody.
And we're next, aren't we? Come on.
No. What do you think you're doing? He could be in here.
You can't do this to me. Head while all the friends who are losing theirs and blaming it on you.
We are gonna die unless we get some help. But I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't even trust you. He's back there with all of our friends.
Let's hope so, huh?
I don't believe you.
I'm not moving. Every man for himself. Elena, don't.
No! Let go of me! Stop!
Don't worry, it's only the conductor. Terror Train gives us lots of people getting their throats slit while the survivors scream and run up and down the train. One reason the killings go on so long is that everybody behaves so stupidly. This is another idiot plot, just like Why Would I Lie? Nobody seems to tell anybody else what's going on. A simple warning would be enough. Potential victims are forever racing into the wrong railroad car and locking the doors behind them. The producer of Terror Train says he hopes it'll turn a profit before there's a glut in the horror film market. This movie is a glut in the horror film market.
I think it's a horrible film, too. Very bloody, and, you know, we're told who the killer is in an opening scene right away, so the whole movie reduces to when are they going to lift off the mask and find out who it really is that's doing the killing. Very bloody because these are supposedly college medical students. So they have access to cadavers. So you get lots of hands being lopped off and parts of bodies being thrown around and buckets of blood. I'm very disappointed that a major studio, 20th Century Fox, would take on this independently made movie and distribute it.
I am too. It's a real loser. You know, there's one side issue I'd kind of like to bring up. In this movie, David Copperfield basically plays himself, and David Copperfield is a Broadway magician. He's toured the country. Allegedly in the film, he does his own magic. Those are real magic tricks. And my point is, who cares? In a movie, even if it's real, it just looks like a movie. It could be special effects. So the magic is wasted.
That also applies to television. Magic you have to see in person. It doesn't work in this movie. It doesn't work in Terror Train. But 2 no votes for Terror Train, an extremely bloody and predictable thriller.
So I guess
the other thing that you mentioned, which I thought was interesting, is you identified a disease that some movies have, the idiot plot. Why don't you go through that again?
Oh, the idiot plot is very simple, Gene. Everybody in the movie is an idiot. Nobody in the movie does the obvious thing that everybody in the audience would be smart enough to do, and if they did, the movie would be over.
So they insult our intelligence. That's the thing that's frustrating about those pictures.
Very frustrating, right.